What is going on, everyone's Nero again. Here for you, a Black Ops Moab. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, a Black Ops Moab. Now, you're wondering, there's no Moab in Black Ops. What are you talking about? Well, it's a 25 gun streak without the help of kill streaks. It's what this is. I actually made a video a while back. It was a Black Ops Moab on firing range where I got the 25 streak without the help of lethal kill streaks, and I like edited in really horribly. Like I edited in a little, me calling in the Moab. I edited a little thing popping up saying, "Hey, Moab ready." It was kind of a cool thing, but I didn't want to like make a duplicate video like doing exactly the same thing, and so I just kind of had this on my computer sitting here for about 2 months, and I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I'll use it for Dear Nero, which Dear Nero, if you're wondering what that is, according to certain douchebags, Dear Nero is a series I run on my channel where essentially I copy Bullies gamertag in his Mail Monday series and answer fan mail. Well, newsflash to douchebags. Bullies gamertag did not invent fan mail. Bullies gamertag did not invent making videos answering fan mail. Okay, he just does something similar. Or I do something similar, I guess, because he's been doing it maybe a little bit longer. But he's not the first one, I guess would be the main bullet point takeaway from his presentation. I don't know, those people are douchebags. You get at least once or twice every episode someone does that, and I just block them. And then later that day, they write me on Twitter, "Why'd you block me? I love your stuff." I'm like, well, you're a D-bag. And so, oh, I hate people. But what Dear Nero really is, it's a series I run on my channel where every Wednesday I read fan mail. You guys send me in personal messages, and every Tuesday night I'll read through them all. And if they're like good questions, like questions that I feel as though a lot of people might benefit from, or if it's something new and interesting, you guys have no idea the amount of questions I get. Well, I like this girl, but I don't know what to do. Tell me what to do. Like, I mean, oh man, those questions are really hard to answer. But for new, creative ones, if for ones I think a lot of people might be interested in or might help out a lot of people, I like to answer them. So we're going to hop right on this. He writes, first question, Dear Nero. My name is Dennis and I'm 18 years of age. I was born and raised in the Netherlands. Next year I'm finishing my secondary school, as you may call it in America. I'm going to stop the question right here. Secondary school, for those wondering, in other parts of the world is essentially high school in America. Now to the actual question. For me, the opportunity to study in the United States has always been a very clear one, but now I'm looking more closely and I can't seem to figure out whether an undergraduate or a graduate study would fit me best because I simply don't know the difference. I can't seem to work out what is the best for me. Can you please explain the differences, pros and cons of both, in your own opinion, of course. I'm sure this will help me out a lot. Oh, and I'm planning on going to Pittsburgh University if that matters. Keep up the great videos made. Kind regards, Dennis from the Netherlands. Mr. Dennis, I want to answer this one. It's a lot different, like I said, than the typical, this girl likes me, or I don't know, I like this girl, how I know she likes me back, yeah, that kind of thing. This is something completely different. This is something some people may be wondering. I have roughly 20% of my viewers are from outside the United States. So maybe this is a question a lot of people want to know. So obviously a lot more goes into this than what I'm about to say. But I'm going to try and break it down for like completely in layman's terms just so the simplest mind can understand it. Because it's kind of a confusing topic, really. So undergraduate is like your first 4 years of college. We call it college in America. You get some people may call it, other places call it university or whatever. Your first 4 years of college, until you graduate, you're considered what's called an undergraduate. Once you graduate those first 4 years and you get your bachelor's degree, you're then a graduate. You've graduated, woo! But here's the thing, certain jobs need more than that bachelor's degree. You need to go on further than that. So you need to go to what's called graduate school, which is for school after you graduate, right? So schools like, to go to graduate school, it's more or less, I'm gonna use three like really run-of-the-mill ones, like become like a doctor or a lawyer, or in certain situations, maybe a really good teacher. You're gonna need more than just your bachelor's degree. Now, I think to be a teacher, I'm not 100% sure. I think a teacher can get by with just a bachelor's degree, but you go back to get your master's, which is at graduate school. If you want to go back to get your master's, I don't think it's necessary. That's essentially what it is. Do I think you should go to one? I guess that really depends. You didn't leave me what you planned on going for. I mean, it really depends on you, and it depends on the career choice that you want to that you've chosen. So I guess you can fill out the rest of the answer on your own. Good luck to you, Mr. Dennis. That's essentially what it is. If graduate school is school after college. Yeah, even more school. We got elementary school, middle school, high school, college, and then more college. Right? So much school. Oh man, let's just hop on to the next question. It's a rather short one, but it's yeah, I feel like helping the guy out. He writes, Dear Nero, I've been dating this girl for about 6 months now, and I really like her, but the only downside is that she lives about an hour away. I do have my license, but no car, and I was wondering if you give me some advice on what to do. Brandon from New York. Now, I want to do this as gently as possible without trying to come off as kind of like a mean, inconsiderate person. If this person lives an hour away, I think you should probably break it off. I wanted to do this question because I feel as though there are probably a lot of people in this situation. There are a lot of people in my own school that had people in, that they were dating in other schools, and you never met these people, and it's just weird having people live so far away. So there's some definite downsides to it. You think if this girl lives an hour away, and you don't have a car, you have your license, that's cool, you don't have a car, that means you're always trying to bum the car off your mom or your dad or whatever your situation may be, aunt, uncle, grandparents. You're trying to do that all the time. And if they're an hour away, it's not so much, I'm just going to wake up and go hang out at my girlfriend's house today. It's an event, right? If this person's an hour away, I mean, you're planning this, this day that you're going to your girlfriend's house like weeks in advance or days in advance even. You're like, okay, this girl's all the way out here. Now, I need to figure out a way to get there, and all the time you're trying to figure out different ways to get there, and you're calling her and talking to her all the time on the phone. It's like a really long distance relationship, and it just doesn't work out. Let's leave it at that. My advice to you though is probably to just break up with the girl, but remain on good terms to the point where you can be her friend, where if you see each other, it's not awkward. If you want to go hang out with her, you can, and you don't have that constant pressure of, this is my girlfriend, this is the one time I'm gonna be able to see her, for 2 or 3 weeks or whatever, and you're never gonna be wondering about what she's doing. That's probably the biggest thing. Like, if someone lives an hour away, she has tons of friends that you've never met, you have tons of friends she's never met. It's there's always that trust factor. You're always wondering what the other one's doing. It's just I don't know. Me, long distance relationships, I don't think are a good thing. But it could be different for you. Honest advice is probably to just try and become friends with this girl. Don't try and make it serious. I can tell from your letter that basically you're kind of a younger guy because you had a couple misspellings. I'm just assuming that. So maybe if you're early in high school, there's plenty of other girls. Trust me, you can be all right. But best of luck to you, Brandon. Best of luck to you. Now let's hop on to this next question. I've chose this question for the final question for the sole reason that this happened to me in high school, and it may have happened to you. It kind of struck a chord with me, because it's actually happened to me, so I'll tell you what worked for me. So he writes, Dear Nero, I am getting bullied. However, the kid is half my size. He is not threatening me with physical contact, he's just flat out being annoying. It all started in my Spanish class. I got my Spanish name, and if you guys don't know, like certain Spanish classes, they'll probably just give you a Spanish name. For me, for example, my name was Joe, and my Spanish teacher called me Jose. Cool, right? But someone else, he goes on to write, someone else got my name, and I didn't get my normal one. Instead of getting Miguel, I got Mario. I actually like the name, but the boy thinks it's the funniest thing in the world. He constantly antagonizes me about it. The name doesn't really annoy me, but his voice does. He sounds like Alvin and the Chipmunks. I've tried everything. I've tried to tell him to stop. I've tried to antagonize him back. But yeah, it doesn't work. Then he went on to write stuff about, I don't want to have to tell the school. I don't know what to do. I don't want to tell my parents. Please respond. Mitch. His name's Mitch. Well, Mitch, this happened to me, right? So this kid's half your size, likes to make fun of you. That is kind of what they do, because these people are half the size of everyone else in school. I'm assuming this guy's pretty short. I'm assuming he's probably like somewhere along the lines of like 4 foot something, which every school has that. I had like 3 or 4 people like that, about the same height even, in my school, that were the same people. They were the kind of person, they were just like the most arrogant, just cocky kids in the whole school. And you say you tried to antagonize them back. I don't think you tried hard enough, because that's about all you can do. You can't go to the teacher or your parents. Let's be real, it doesn't work. Well, it might work, but you're gonna get blackballed pretty hard. Well, blacklisted, I guess would be a better phrase. You'll get blacklisted in the school. You don't want to fight the kid. He's half your size, right? That's another bad thing to do. What you need to do is make fun of him back, but better, right? He calls you Mario with his stupid little Alvin and Chipmunk voice. Pull out the Gary Coleman, you're a dwarf card. I mean, that may sound rude to some people, but that's what you have to do. I mean, in high school, you have to roll with the punches. Someone's make fun of you, you make fun of them better. Make fun of them to the point that other people are laughing at him, right? And then my experience with people that are like smaller than you, which mind you, I'm 6'3", so a lot of people were smaller than me. My experience with those people is that if you make fun of them back and you do it to the point where it's funny, like kind of like a comedy thing, like you're not trying to be a douchebag. Like he makes fun of you, you don't go, well, fuck you, fucking fag, hope your family dies, that kind of thing. That's rude. Make fun of him back, just make fun of his height, make fun of stuff like that, make fun of just stuff that other people may find funny. And I found that those people that do that kind of thing, they'll typically try and be your friend. I mean, that's probably the worst advice I've ever given anyone, is to pick on people to make friends. But that kid that's bullying you will probably try to be your friend if he doesn't expect it. He's probably doing it out of a joking manner. Like he doesn't probably mean any real harm by it. he probably just doing it because he thinks it's funny. And if you make fun of him back, then he's probably gonna think you're friends, and then he'll probably stop. That's my advice to you. But this is my time. I hope you guys all enjoyed this week's episode of Dear Nero. And if you did, please remember to rate the video. And if you guys would like your questions featured on next week's episode of Dear Nero, simply send me a personal message here on YouTube with the tagline reading Dear Nero. I look through them all at the end of the week. The best ones get featured. So hope you guys all enjoyed. Remember to rate the video. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.
I was banging 7 gram rocks, that's how I roll.